It's universally agreed that the worst part of 6x6 are the parities. You could be on pace to finally breaking your PB, but then triple parity slaps you across the face and then destroys your chances of getting a PB. But what if I told you there is a way to never get triple parity again, and here's how. So once you're done with edge pairing, and then you're left with one edge that contains parity, instead of just fixing this edge now, what we can do is just solve 3x3 stage normally. So go ahead and do that. Now that we are on the OL stage, we want to figure out how to flip this edge in order to make it a possible EO case. What do I mean by that? On 3x3, there are only 4 cases that are possible for the EO of OL. The first one being a dot, the second one being a line, the third one being this L-shaped thing, and the fourth one where all the EO is flipped correctly. So we want to take this idea, then put it onto 6x6. Here we can make it into an L by flipping these two edges. So we could do that. Once we do that, we won't have any more L parity. Now here is another example, but this time instead of flipping the outer edges, we are going to have to flip the inner ones. We can see that here we have to flip these two inner edges in order to form a line. So all we have to do now is the inner parity alg. By doing that, we have just cancelled out all allow parity. But what if the last edge isn't a yellow piece? Rather, it's an F2L edge. This will make things a little bit complicated. We can start out by just doing the same thing, solving F2L. But we solve everything except for this flipped edge. Now that we are left with only this flipped edge left, we will ignore its corner and put the edge into the slot, with the inner edges being correctly flipped. So, like this, not like this. That's wrong. We put it in like that. Now we take a look at the EO on top. If the case is a possible case, all we have to do now is do an F prime setup, then do the outer parity. Then continue to solve normally. If the EO on top is not a possible case, simply do the same thing by setting up with an F prime, but this time do the inner parity. And then solve it. Now, as a summary, in possible EO case, we do an inner parity. If the EO case is possible, we do an outer parity. And that is how you never get triple parity again on 6x6. Thank you for watching.